Fallout 4, we are collecting the Cappies. There's a total of 10 of these. The mission Cappy in a Haystack. Alright, so when you first traverse Nuka World and you're making your way up through the center, basically. I love the guy out in the center just taking target practice. Like, hey, fucking straight bullet could kill somebody here. Anyway, right past the Poller, you'll come up Sarah, Sierra, Petrovita. I don't know if I got that right, but anyway, she's talking to one of
out of
the
the ordinary around here, have you? Maybe something
disciples
hidden,
here.
shaped like a bottle cap.
I thought we told you to keep your ass at the market. If you're looking for something, you can find it there, like everyone else.
I'm not here for the market. I didn't travel hundreds of miles to go shopping.
I don't suppose you came here for a bullet in the brain either. So if you want to live, I suggest you stay where you belong.
Oh, you guys are real friendly, aren't you?
Nisha
Nuka
really
World!
only has one
I've
rule around
always
here.
dreamed of coming here, and now I finally made it! This place is amazing, don't you think?
How is this place amazing?
How? Just look around. Don't you see it? You can just imagine the children, smiling and happy, all drinking Nuka-Cola and having the time of their lives. It must have been magical. The name's Sierra Petrovita. I traveled all the way from the capital wasteland to visit this place. Maybe you've heard about my Nuka-Cola museum?
You run a Nuka-Cola museum?
Absolutely. I've spent years collecting all the Nuka-Cola merchandise I could find. It's all on display at my home in a settlement called Girdershade. I give tours to anyone who stops by. And I can promise you this. You won't find another collection like mine in the Capital Wasteland, the Commonwealth, or any place else. Well, I'd stay and chat some more, but I've gotta get back to my search.
What are you searching for?
I don't really want to say. It's nothing personal. I just don't know you well enough to trust you. Sorry.
I'll keep your secret. You can trust me.
Well... Okay. To be honest, I'm so excited I can barely keep it in. It'll be a relief to finally tell someone. I guess you could think of me as the world's biggest Nuka-Cola fan. I've been obsessed with this stuff since the first time I tasted it. I collect all the merchandise I can find, like these awesome Cappy glasses I'm wearing. But these aren't just ordinary sunglasses. They were part of a really cool contest that started just before the war. Oh my gosh. And the winner of the contest would get to meet the famous John Caleb Bradburton himself.
Bradburton. I remember that name. He was the guy who invented Nuka-Cola, right?
Exactly. Wow. Not a lot of people know that. At least not anymore. So, to win the contest, you had to find 10 images of Cappy, the Nuka-Cola mascot, hidden throughout the park. Each image has part of a code or something, and only these special glasses can reveal it. Now I know what you're thinking. Bradburton's long gone. Who cares about the contest anymore? Well, I'm betting that somewhere in his office is the original Nuka-Cola formula. That formula was one of the great mysteries of the soft drink world, and it would be the crown jewel of my collection. If you can help me get it, I promise it'll be worth your while.
What's in it for me?
I was just getting to that part. Bradburton didn't just create soda formulas. He was a genius who invented all kinds of fantastic things. All I really care about is getting my hands on the Nuka-Cola formula. Any other inventions we find are yours to keep. So, what do you think?
You'd better make good on that promise. I'm not running a charity out here, you know.
Of course. There's a little bit more to the story, and this is the part I think you'll like. Bradburton didn't just create soda formulas. He was a genius who invented all kinds of fantastic things. All I really care about is getting my hands on the Nuka-Cola formula. Any other inventions we find are yours to keep. So, what do you think?
Sure, why not? Might learn more about the park while I'm at it.
Good point. You're new here after all. You should learn everything you can. I'll give you my Cappy glasses and this old contest holotape. It's got hints about where to find the hidden Cappies. Just track down the clues and then come back to me once you've found them all. I'm an expert in all things Nuka-Cola, so I'm sure I'll be able to decipher it. Happy hunting!
Okay, so after the little chat with Sierra here, if you have good recall of Fallout 3, this lady will definitely come back to memory. In Fallout 3, I was all about the Nuka grenades, and she is one of the people that, or she is one of the persons that will give you the schematic for the Nuka grenade. And I think the other two you just found out in the world somewhere. But nevertheless, if you made your way over to Girder Shade, there's basically two buildings there, and she's in one. She's got herself a little Nuka museum there. And you got to find 30 quantums for her. Alright, so our first Cappy is on this wall. And as you come out of your crib right there, just boogie over to the right. Next to the restrooms will be our first one. Alright, so equip the glasses. And then walk up to it and activate it, and it'll give you the first letter. But there's no doubt that this, she is 100% all about Nuka
That's
Cola,
one.
Quantum, all that. And she would definitely be in a home out here with all the 101 flavors of Nuka Cola that they got out here. But nevertheless, it's another quest to be had. Okay, I'm on my second time through Nuka World. The first time I did it, I basically went the way of the raider, did all the side quests for him, and basically all the areas are open. And when I got finished, I did the thing, the Shank guy, I believe his name is. They pretty much send you out into the Commonwealth to take over your settlements that you spent all your time setting up for settlers. Now you gotta set them up for raiders. Anyway, that's a different story for a different day. So over here at the Savari, when you first come in, over by the Prime house here, I was looking for that gorilla, and you know, as I walked by it, it seems like it was simple to see, but when I was out here, I was like, where the hell is this damn gorilla at? And then when I looked up, I'm like, oh, there it is. And then there's a break in the brush here. You just go around. You'll notice the break in it. Right here. That's our number 2.
2 clues down.
Yeah,
8 to
given
go.
all the stuff that you craft in Fallout 4, the Nuka grenade would have been a nice addition. Although the plasma grenades are powerful enough, I was just partial to the Nuka grenade myself. I used the shit out of that in Fallout 3. Nothing better than to toss one of those into a cluster of super mutants and just see a pile of parts. Okay, I haven't mentioned it yet, but Fallout 4, I don't care what the hell you're doing. Save the game. Save it a lot. Save it often. If you just collected something, save the game. This game could lock up in a heartbeat, and you'll lose anything that's that you collected. So make sure to go ahead and save the game pretty much after every collectible. This way, if it does lock up, you're not losing anything, and then you'll be like, damn, I collected like 5 of these, and now I gotta go back So anyway, just to be on the safe side, it is a little bit of a drag, but go ahead and save the game as much as possible. Alright, so there's our number 3. Through the little maze getting to
That's
the
3
Cappy
clues.
treehouse.
The letters must spell something.
So, like I was mentioning, my first time through Nuka World, I went way of the Raiders. I did everything. Here we are at the Gulch here, Dry Rock, and you can see that I got the operators out here. But this time around, I went ahead and killed all the Raiders. And I don't know, not that I have a problem with that, but it just seems like if the option was there, and they do have a quest to eliminate all the Raiders, that you could have put settlers or somebody in here to kind of do something with this place. But when you kill off the Raiders and you go to each park and kind of clear out all the zones, so to speak, each one has its thing you need to do. And if you haven't killed the Raiders, it'll basically say by the time you've done everything
Okay,
here,
that's another clue found.
you will say like, all right, post a flag and assign a gang to it. So that's how the add-on kind of works, and there's an uneven amount of places, so, and the whole point is to irritate one of the gangs because you decided to give one of the other gangs more of the land. So that's how like the end missions will progress. The one gang that you didn't give as much land will become violent to you, saying you ain't treating them right, and so on. Alright, so our next Cappy is inside the mine here. Go ahead and traverse. Basically, with the dry rock here, you talk to the robots and their sheriffs or whatever. They make you a deputy, and you're tasked to deal with the bloodworm problem. And although you come in here and deal with it, they're still out and about in the world. Of course, the one creature that I wanted to keep respawning were the gator claws, but have not been successful on how to figure that out. And at some point, I just said to hell with it. Alright, so there's our next Cappy.
Aha, got another one.
And then one of the downsides to deciding to take out all the raiders is the whole area is littered with their bodies, and that's definitely a downside to me. I just like, you know, I don't know, man. It's like task somebody to go in there and go get all the bodies out, burn them, bury them, something. But you know, dead bodies laying around, creating diseases or whatever is probably not a good thing. Same thing with like some of my settlements. The Culpier Manor, if I pronounce that right. Anyway, it's up on the upper right side of the map. No matter what I do, it's like it's scripted to have ghoul bodies in there. I'll pick them up, I'll throw them off the side. When I come back, the bodies are still there again. And you're like, I don't know. You know, I'm setting this place up as a settlement, and a decaying ghoul body with radiation, and probably wouldn't be something I want to keep tripping over. Okay, so make sure to save the game. It's always a good idea. This will be our number 6 Cappy right here. If you're having any kind of issues, that's why you save the game. Like I mentioned, I save it all the time. Almost every collectible, I'll save the game. And like prior to doing something, I'll save it in a few slots. And if something goes south, I could always reload. Fallout 4 is noted for locking up. I mean, I don't know how to tell you. It's like you could be like in the map and then all of a sudden go right to the dashboard. You're like, what the hell just happened here? Just one of those things. Okay, so behind the battle zone here, there's the exit door. If we go up the ramp and around to the right will be our next Cappy. Okay, over to the fun house again. And because I've been through here, we're just going to go through the back door. There's like a spinning platform with a bunch of doors. And behind one of those doors will be our next Cappy. Okay, so this would be the way you come out of the fun house. There's our Cappy.
8 clues. Almost done.
Okay, so the Cappy in a Haystack is a mission, and when we finally get all 10 Cappies, I'm going to break the video, and then I'm going to come back with the second part of the quest, which is mostly going to see Sierra, and we're going to get into the guy's house, and then access his vault, I guess it would be, and kind of continue on with the quest. That's going to be the next video, but this video is just about where the Cappies are. Okay, so out here at
Things
the
are
Kitty
boring as hell
Kingdom,
since Nisha made us team
when you
up.
first come out
Ain't no
here,
fan of playing nice
it's highly
politics.
irradiated and it
It's
is
just a
Ghoul
matter of
Central.
time
So
before you see things
now it's because I completed it. You know, I got the radiation turned off, and it's just a lovely day out in the park with this now. So. But as you traverse through here, there is a ton of ferals to be dealing with, and the radiation is quite high. So prior to this, I don't know, it's like a level 25 or whatever, 125 or whatever, but I've never actually used the special serum that you get from the Cabbits, and I just put it in a locker and never really used it. And prior to that, you know, low levels or whatever it was, when I was traversing the glowing sea, I would have just taken the radiation suit. And then a few times where I was in highly radiated areas, like the mass fusion building or whatever, there is a radiation suit in there. So, but being out here, having to deal with this, I was like, you know what? I got 4 of these special serums, so. And They'll last a long time, and they pretty much protect you against radiation. So I was like, hey man, this stuff is kind of cool. Man, I love that Grim Reaper, but it is loud and annoying. I mean, when it said it had like a 35% chance, it almost pops up, almost every time you're using your vest, which is great, but that noise is annoying. And unfortunately, trust me, I went through the area to try to
That's clue number 9.
To turn it off,
One
but
left.
it just wasn't happening. And I don't know, I've mentioned it many times playing with my buddy, the Demented Priest, how it could go through the developing, through the testing stages, and, one tester or say, look, man, this thing's kind of annoying. I'm like, is there any option to turn this down or off, or is it even really needed to have that little blast and sound that's related to the damn
and just look at that amazing patented
thing?
blue
Prior
glow.
to that, when the Edith Savant would come up, you're like, oh, okay, the little clown laugh or whatever.
So sit back and enjoy the
you're just getting
ride
some good
as
XP
we
when
take
it pops
you through
up.
the
And
Nuka-Cola
then
World
when I got
of Refreshment.
the Luck of the Irish or something, that was some good stuff,
Welcome to the
refilling your
Nuka-Cola
critical
World of
bar.
Refreshment. Now
And
featuring a
just
river of
blast,
Nuka-Cola
and you're like,
Quantum.
all right. And then when I got the Grim Reaper and that would pop up and that noise, I'm like, oh man, Jesus. Between the Idiot Savant, the Luck of the Irish,
twice the
and
calories,
the Grim
twice
Reaper,
the
it's
carbohydrates,
like all these
twice
sounds
the
are starting to get on my
caffeine,
nerves a
and
little
twice the
bit.
taste.
The other two I was okay with, but then when the Grim Reaper would come
Not
up,
one
it was
to
just
rest
like,
on his
are you
laurels.
kidding me?
Mr. Brad Burton and
Almost
his
every
team of
time
talented
your
beverage
thing, the
ears
Grim Reaper comes
continue
up, and
to
I'm
create
the whole purpose for having
Out
it is
west,
so it
they
fill your
enjoy
AP
regional
bar and your
favorites,
critical and
such
all
as the
that,
classy
which is making you
Nuka-Cola
much
Quartz,
stronger
and
in battle,
refreshingly
but
patriotic
that thing popping
Nuka-Cola
up all
Victory.
the time and making that noise, it just,
And that's all 10 clues. Better get these back to Sierra
it's
and see what she
annoying.
can make of
I
them.
mean, this time around I did not opt to
They pick
get
up a
the
delicious
Grim Reaper, and I just kind of
Nuka-Cola
left it off. Alright, so that's all 10 of the Cappies, so it's time to go meet Sierra in front of the building.
Out west, they enjoy